just thought I would do an update video to that whole I almost lost $100 from investing video. So if we go to my last video, my previous video, um, okay, so 100. Okay, we got a little bit of video inception going on here, but so I was talking about this channel called Disrupt that had a WeFunder.com petition. So I said I would do a um an update video, www.wefunder.com/ disrupt. So if we go to the WeFunder, it's still up, and they currently have $137. I can't remember what it was dollars for 23. Let's just cut that off. Let's check and see what they're fucking. Oh shit! They had 172,000 last week, or no? This was what? This was July 5th, and it's the 28th now. So 3 days ago, not even a week. And they've went down by 40,000. How did they lose $40,000? They lost over $40,000 since within the last like 3 days. Um, there is something interesting in the what are the updates? Did they add anything? No. What people say, this is the same. Okay, so this comment is still up. It got 10 reactions to it, and he never followed up. Um, here's an actual investor comment, but it doesn't really address anything that I had as a concern in the last video. It says, I entirely believe that the Disrupt team is doing a great job at creating content, which I mean, it's true. I mean, they're not bad. Um, I know how it feels to have a loan slash debt over your head as an entrepreneur. Lots of business do this to be able to get off the ground. Um, Social Blade rankings are pretty good. I mean, it's like I said in my last video, that comes up a lot. We have so many views and so many, whatever on our YouTube channels. Yeah, 300,000 subs in about 3 months. Yeah, he put his own money into the company, but so the problem is not the debt, right? The issue is that he set up this WeFunder, and tried to sweep it under the rug. That's the issue. If he had just within the first 40 seconds of that video that I showed you, if he had just addressed it and said, okay, here's the situation, here's the problem, this is why we need the money, his situation probably would have been a lot better if he had done that. Because see, people are finding this debt in the bottom of their financial statement, and it just makes it look like they tried to hide it. You know what I mean? And even when they bring it up in their videos, it's like you touch on it just a little bit, and that's like the main thing that people are concerned with right now is this debt, this fucking this loan or whatever. Let me see if he ever got back to this guy. To answer your later question, I read the current valuation. Um, he never got back. This was July 24th. He never got back. 3 days later. Let me read this. Hijack. While this is insanely overvalued, I wish you the best, both in the core business and in the campaign. Running a business is hard. A family member asked me for advice on this, so the decline in both monthly revenue and revenue per mil is a massive problem, especially given you are pricing this at 90 times trailing revenue. You replied to a question saying our revenue from the past 12 months has averaged roughly $10,000 a month. The financials show 2021 to $200,000 in revenue or 16.7K a month. Even with the time periods overlapping, your revenue dropping over 40%. So your negative growth could be worse. RPM is down 20%. Um, what was revenue for Q1 through Q2 2022, and why did it drop so much? Genuine question. As far as we can tell, the number is dependent on how many views an individual. I mean, uh, I don't see why he didn't expect this to happen. Anytime you ask for investors to invest in anything, they're going to bring this stuff up. I mean, that's why I say that before he ever replied to anyone, before he ever put out the first video, he should have had his information so that he could just be on the ball with every single response. He should have had a response for the debt anyways. I don't see how he published this video with the debt in mind, thinking that people just weren't going to find it. You know what I mean? Because now they have, and people are now concerned with revenue dropping over 40%. Your core YouTube business appears to be in freefall. Sorry to say, unless there's something I missed. Okay, so let's. I wanted to show you guys the video, the whatever you call it, the disrupt channel, because there are some changes. If you notice, the let me go back. This video has been taken down now. And let me just skip through so I can find. Yeah, so the original I'm selling this channel video is no longer up. Um and the follow-up Q&A is no longer up if I can find that. Yeah, it was right here. It was called I'm selling this channel questions and answers. that is no longer up. He deleted both of them. So, and they've dropped by, what did I say, $40,000 since the last like 3 days. So evidently that means people are pulling out. People are seeing the concerns of other people and they're pulling out. They're probably refunding their money because who can blame them? I mean, here's the thing, right? This is not necessarily a bad investment, but the execution was horrible. And the information should have already been there because anytime you were dealing with investors, you have to sell the idea to them. These investors want to know the numbers. These investors want to know what they are putting their money into. But he made a YouTube video as if he was approaching a group of children, being like, "Oh, we're trying to try." Well, here's the thing. His presentation was good, but when you're talking about net profit, you know, how much money does this corporation make? How much debt are you in? Are you even making a net profit or are you breaking even? These are important fucking questions that you need to have answers to and things that you should have addressed the first time around. But see, here's the thing. He doubled down and made a Q&A and still didn't answer a lot of the financial questions involved with this project. Where was that other guy at? I was just reading. Yeah, right here it is. I want to see. Apologies if anything above is already answered. Again, I wish you the best, but these are fair questions. Yes, they are, even if you're asking for a $1 million valuation. Um, he responds, "Hi, Sean. Rounded number revenue from YouTube, Disrupt Plus, and merchandise in quarters 1 through 2 has been the following: 7,000 in January, 11,000 in February, 12,000 in March, uh 9,000 in April." So they dropped around 2 to 3,000 in April in sales, but still not as bad as January. And then they get back up to 11,000 in May, and then they even out at about 10,000 in June. 500 current Disrupt subscribers. That, in the grand scheme of things, because let's go back to his channel. How many? He has 1.41 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. I'm sorry, man, but 500 current Disrupt Plus subscribers is fucking nothing. YouTube is roughly 80% of that revenue. Disrupt is 15%. Merchandise is 5%. So let's assume, of course, that you are advertising your merchandise on your YouTube. Then technically YouTube would be 85% of that. But that is just my assumption, of course. These numbers fluctuate month to month. Yes, we can see that. And year to year. Well, they don't just fluctuate, they also decrease as well, as we've seen in April and January. That's the lowest they've been. Um, However, from early 2020 to 2022, our average monthly revenue via these three models has stabilized. So, what is that your way of saying you're broke even? I'm not sure. Decreased YouTube revenue in quarter 1 of 2022 as compared to quarter 1 2021 is attributed to my focus. Is that how you spell focus? What the fuck is focus? I guess I guess that is a spelling error. To my focus on finding editors and writers in January through March. Last year it was mainly me creating video. Okay, so that was last year. This seems, now that I've read that, last year it was mainly me creating videos. Does this not seem rushed now that you know the context of this? He was making videos by himself last year. He just recently got a team this year. Between January and March. So, and of course I'm assuming that that is January through March of 2022. So, January, February, March, 2 months. 2 months into 2022 is when he found editors and writers. And he presented this idea July 24th. So, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months. 6 months before this, I'm selling this channel questions, or 6 months before his pitch is what I'm trying to say, is when he had his team. Well, let's see. March, April, May, June, July. Well, technically, if you want to start counting from March, that's roughly 4 months, right? March, April, May, June, July. 4 months. And he's already wanting investors to I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It just seems too early. It seems not fleshed out enough. Last year, it was mainly me creating videos. This was not sustainable long term. I decided to take a revenue hit early this year by releasing less videos while building out the team on the back end. April through June has been focused on getting the campaign up, slowly increasing the number of videos released through the newly established team. I have evaluated the price per share not on current revenue, rather what I see the future value of the company is based on the current trajectory of the industries that we're in. Future so that this is big right here. Future value. I mean, let's just be honest, ladies and gentlemen, future value means fuck all, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Your value in the future, your revenue in the future could be less than your estimate. So, it's kind of like a misnomer. Man. But yeah, he's taken the videos down. He's lost $40,000 from his initial investment. I just thought that I would make a follow-up video on this because, well, one, I said I would, and two, these are some pretty major updates, right? So, yeah, no need in carrying this on any longer than it has to.